Hello and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, where today we've got a certain thing to interact with. Also, this is another episode where I've edited it and recorded the commentary again afterward. So yeah, go ahead and hit yes here because I figure I got all the chests, so I feel there's no reason to want to re-enter. And thus, we get a scene.
Hello, Link. Because of your courage, my spirit is now free. And Ruta as well. Thank you. For I am now allowed by this freedom to be with you once again. Since I am now a spirit, my healing power would be wasted on me. I have no need of it. So therefore, I would like you to have it. Please accept Mifa's grace. Yesterday, I was awash in a pool of tears. I had nearly given up hope and resigned myself to being trapped here as a spirit for the rest of eternity. But now you're here. All this time my hope was to see you once more. Promise me that you will not hesitate to call upon my power if you ever find yourself in need. Knowing that will let my spirit rest in peace. I must go. Ruta and I have our roles to fulfill. We are both honored to be able to play the role of support. We'll annihilate Ganon together. Farewell. Save her, Link. Save the princess. Save Princess Zelda.
Gotta say, it's weird hearing a character like that use the word annihilate. Also, I have to say, I really wish, after rewatching this cutscene and the last one with Mifa in it, that they had put a border around the subtitles. Like, something to offset the white subtitles from white elements of the scene. They've got a little bit of a dark shadow around them, but it doesn't seem to overpower the brighter colors on Link's clothing, for example. But hey, elephant's gone underwater. And if there is a hole in that reservoir that is big enough to accommodate that elephant, how in the hell was there any danger of the reservoir overflowing? Do you know how much water can fit in the same space that thing can? It's a lot. And the fact that it had to go underwater to get to said path, yeah, there should never have been any danger whatsoever. The only real danger should have been, oh, the river's gonna run a little bit higher than usual, and also Zora's domain is going to be wet. That thing does look pretty cool, though. And I like how its tail is basically like a well pump. And I figure they would probably have waited...
Ruta, we found a way to be useful to Link, and the other champions, of course. Our job will be to help Link as he fights Ganon inside the castle, however we can. Using your ability to drain Ganon of his power is key to our success. This is it. This will be our last chance, and everyone's last hope. If we seal him away, then we can restore peace to Hyrule. And both your duty and mine will be fulfilled. Father, Are you well, I wonder? I want you to know I have always followed my heart. I'm sorry I made you worry. I wish I could see you again. Even just once more.
I really feel like they should have waited to activate the beast and start that whole lasering business until we had all of them ready to go. 'Cause yeah, that seems to get rid of the whole element of surprise or whatever. Now, Mifa's Grace, it's really nice. At this point in the game, though, I didn't realize that it would recharge when used. So the first thing I did was turn it off because I was afraid that it would be a one-time deal. Which, yeah, that's a dumb thing to do. And it's gonna haunt me later. But, whatever. But the thing is, I was really... There's also the fact that now there's going to be a laser across the sky at all times. I wish they would have just waited until all the beasts were assembled or until I actually went to assault Ganon. Yeah, this guy needs luminous stones. I know I've got a handful of them. And so I talked to him to see whether or not I've got 10, and it gives me the here are the stones option, so I figure I must have 10. And now he counts them, which, this is just silly and enjoyable. And the fact that he does this is the only reason I left this little part in. And it turns out 7 is less than 10. Which is another thing that you can learn only on this channel. That's good. But there wasn't much danger to begin with. That's right, you must. I don't see your fins folding back. Unless you mean the ones on your arms. Agreed. What do you want to give me? Figured it would be that chest, considering it was there for no real reason. Yeah, probably. Well, he didn't do much fighting. He just carried me. And you just had to squeeze that pose in again. Seriously, why are you so much bigger than Link? Dude's huge. Zo rah rah rah, huh? And suddenly everyone is gone. So let's see what's in the chest. And it's the light scale trident, which is a unique weapon that can be destroyed, but can also be reforged. But apparently, once you reforge it, it actually states that it's been reforged on the description. Or, like, it states that it's not the original, so since I've been told that, I just straight up never use it. It just kind of sits in my inventory for a good long while. Anyway, we've returned to this ring of rocks. And I didn't know what to do with it, but I saw a rock up here, so I figured, hey, maybe I'm supposed to put it in the middle of the rocks. Or maybe I'm supposed to complete the ring because it looks like it's missing a spot. And sure enough, completing the ring is the thing to do. So now we try and decide where to go. Got a bunch of shrines that we can get to from here. But they're all pretty distant. So we decide to go to this one on this little spit of an island over here. Because it seems like a straight enough shot. So here we are at the island. It's got a lot of brambles around the shrine with no path up. So we need to get through them somehow. So I sort my inventory because I'm looking for flints and wood. I figured wood would be over here with the vegetable matter, but no. It's way at the end. And I tried doing this because I'd seen a video from Nintendo where they did this. And I figured it could save a fire arrow. So, put a flint down, give it a whack. And unfortunately, it's not quite close enough to the brambles by itself. But we do have a torch, which works just fine. Provided you actually get it on the brambles. And some could argue that it works too well. The fire spread way faster than I expected. I noticed an updraft here, so I tried to catch it, but unfortunately going uphill you can't exactly bring out your glider. But hey, updraft from the flames. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we've got a shrine to enter. And so, we enter said shrine. So this shrine is interesting. See, we've got the water down below. We've got a little thing to hit over there, which raises the water. So, notice there's a chest there, a bit too late after having raised the water, unfortunately. So I try and see whether or not we can lower it as well. Sure enough, we can. So, grab the chest. Get an opal. Turns out the water draining noise is of a set duration. So, the noise stops before the water gets down if you open the chest while it's draining. Notice this on the way up. See whether spinning it does anything, and sure enough it does. It spins that laser thing. So I figure, hey, let's spin this all the way. Hopefully it won't laser us, and thankfully it did not. And it goes and hits that switch. So I look around and see if there's anything stopping me from going forward, and sure enough, it doesn't seem like there is, but then I see if we can spin it just a little bit, and no. Spinning the thing a little bit causes that to rotate the whole way. So I figure then that perhaps we need the water to be raised or lowered at a very specific point in time. Because it does stay up or down until that switch is hit again. So I go ahead and use an arrow to raise the water once more, figuring that we're going to want the water lowered once we're on the other side. I go over here just to investigate, and by this point I realize that sure enough there is something over there. There's nothing here though. But yes, there's something over there that makes us want the water lowered once we get to the other side. And since there's a wall in the way, we probably can't shoot the crystal switch. So I assume what we need to do is spin the laser, but as soon as it starts going, we need to get going so that we're already on the other side before the water starts to lower, because we do need the water to be raised in order to get over there. Of course, looking at this with the knowledge of this game that I have now, I realize that that barrel is metal, so we could have just used our magnet to put it where it needed to be. But sure enough, the puzzle is complete, and we are able to claim our orb. So we leave and we head towards another shrine that we had marked, finding a stable along the way, and hey, look, it's the shrine. But at this point, I'd been playing for a while, so I decide that that should be it for this episode. Join us next time when we enter this shrine and then do some more things. See you then, friends.